Roll it again. Do it again. Welcome on, welcome many. Or we could skip some of them if you don't. Alright.
Hello, one.
Hello, Manny.
Today's a little different. Welcome to your house of knowledge, where it's a fun place for fun facts and insights. A place where we talk about the dumplings in life and hopefully you learn something. This is your podcast, Dumplings and Something. I'm your chef, Darnel Myers, and my sparring partner, my sous chef,
Yu-Kee Chai.
And today we're gonna talk about some stuff.
Let's get cooking.
Alright, all the formalities out of the way. I actually have a real chef in the house. People call him Chef. I call him Chef Kiss, but he doesn't know that. My younger brother, he is actually an apple that isn't too far from the tree. We would like to welcome, round of applause for Darius Myers. How you feeling, man?
Guten Nacht.
Look at this man speaking German and thing.
I'm good. Pleasure to be here.
First time in Germany, first time in Europe.
First time in Germany, first time in Europe, yeah.
So,
it's cold.
If he keeps talking about this cold thing, man, did you feel cold, like super cold when you first entered here?
I won't say so.
Come across, I feel like
No.
I feel like you're leaning.
It's good. I mean, we're in the shot. Just the mic. No, I don't feel cold. I mean, it's been a while.
When you first came here, do you remember your first?
When man is fresh off the boat. Fresh off the plane.
I remember my first time, man. Like when I got here, I was so frustrated. I came here. My plane came through a hurricane, so I landed one day late. And when I felt the temperature, just like him, bro, I just wanted to go back inside. I literally put on 2 layers of everything that day in the airport. What was yours like?
And it was still cold.
And I was still cold.
Definitely. I came off the plane. Well, it didn't feel too bad. Maybe because I layered up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
in Malaysia?
No, I layered up in the plane.
Oh.
I brought some clothes, and I figured once I landed, I just layered up. It didn't feel too bad. A little windy, a little chilly, but all in all, I think just because I enjoy being in the cold. Back home, you just have air conditioning. I mean, I just kind of blast my air conditioning all day.
What temperature?
16.
It's lowest.
So, fun fact, like, he has been talking about how cold it is here. But, like you just said, back home, we would have our air conditioning down to the lowest. And we would wrap up in our blankets or whatever.
Exactly.
But, like, when he's here now, it's like constant air condition.
Constant 16.
Constant 16.
Like, it's hot sun. The sun was shining, but the breeze was cold.
Right, welcome to Europe, man. Welcome to Europe.
Yeah.
You've been here for how many days now? About a week?
A week, indeed.
For those of you who don't know, my brother is visiting from my home country, Trinidad and Tobago, for the first time to Europe. We went to the Netherlands,
Leiden, Amsterdam,
yeah,
and Rotterdam.
yeah, and he enjoyed himself. He's gonna tell you why, and then we're gonna tell you about our experience that we had yesterday at Oktoberfest. So, Chef Kiss, Darius, when you went to Amsterdam, what was your first impression of the city? Not just Amsterdam, but also the country, the Netherlands.
First of all, I have to say, thus far passing through England, then Switzerland, then Germany, then in Amsterdam, in Netherlands, I find all European countries look the same. Yes, they will have some differentiations and whatnot, but to me, all of them looks the same. So when I went to Netherlands, it was very, I don't know if this may sound weird, but it was very European. Like, the architecture was old, but very, very European in that look. The brick walls, the brick floors.
They just have the whole package.
Yeah. what you basically see in movies, but other than that, it felt very European. You know.
He said something just now, bro. I want to talk to you about it. It felt very European. I'm gonna tell you what I thought of for Germany before I moved here. All I knew about was obviously war. I knew about Lederhosen. I knew about Mercedes-Benz, Audi, BMW, cars, and I knew about Bayern Munich. And only when I came to Germany and then I saw other European countries, it's like what we see on television from like a commercial or cinematic point of view. It's very, there is similarities, yes, but there's so much more that we take for granted. For example, when we came here and I thought everyone just wears lederhosens and dindels, and now that I live in Germany and I only know that that is specific to just the southern part of Germany. All of Germany doesn't care about that, to be honest.
Where is the southern part of Germany?
We're in it right now.
We're in the southern.
Munich.
We're in the southern part.
Southern part. Yeah. What about you? What did you think before you came
I
here?
would have had the same.
I just love how we're not eating our dumplings.
Not yet. Come soon. I, like many others, probably have the same stereotypical thinking about Germany. Just like you. I mean, pretzels and what we call German traditional outfits. But technically it's Bavarian.
You know what? Just not to go too dark, just touch on it very lightly. What I am glad proved me wrong was my idea that, you know, like here in Germany it's just full of Nazis or racist people. I thought because I'm coming here, obviously look at the color of my skin, I'm not going to be welcomed here. I have experienced some of that, but far less as I thought originally. Way far less. To the point where when people from my home country ask me about Germany and they say something out of ignorance or something that we've only just seen on television, I have to educate them and tell them it's actually not like that, bro. It's way different. They just show that part on TV, you know? Yeah.
Damn right. Stereotypical thinking, when you're not exactly in the country, you just have all kinds of imagination. You read about it, you watch them on TV, and until you actually see the reality of the country, you technically don't know. Everything is just up in the clouds.
Yeah.
You're imagining. But then again, some of the remnants of a terrible past still lingers. It's still around, but
It's history.
it's history, exactly. There are people struggling with accepting the world.
So Darius, what about you? Have you been to any country outside of Europe, anywhere in your travels that you probably had like a stereotype of what it would be like, and when you got there you were like, it's not like what I thought?
I haven't really traveled that much to see. I went to the States last year, and it's not a country, but like Miami. I went to Miami.
States is not a country?
No,
Yeah,
Miami.
Yeah.
Miami is not a country.
Yeah.
Yeah, technical. I didn't expect the heavy population of Cubans and Puerto Ricans
In Miami.
in Miami. Like just like how you always say Berlin is no longer part of Germany because of the high level of multicultural differences, and there's a lot of tourists there. Miami had a lot of you could barely find any like U.S. citizens there. It had just more Hispanics, a lot of them.
Do you mean like Hispanic Americans, but like they're only speaking Spanish in Miami, so it's like you feel like you're in a different country?
I feel like if I was
English-speaking America?
I felt like if I was in Puerto Rico or Cuba or Colombia or something, because that's all they everywhere.
Somebody actually told me that, they said if you go Miami and you can't speak Spanish, you're gonna struggle.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
You're gonna struggle, and it's like, yo, we in the States still.
Just to clarify those, we didn't say that Berlin is no longer Germany, but if you have been to Germany or you have not been to Germany and you've been to Berlin, you would see that Berlin is a melting pot. It's a multicultural, and one would go out on a limb and say it's not authentic German anymore because of its mass diversity. You can easily live in Berlin and not speak German in this time? Would you agree or disagree?
Not sure I picked up everything, but
You mean the accent?
no. It has nothing to do with the accent, but my mind's strayed.
What
But
were
Bert,
you thinking about?
I was thinking about my lady. No,
Alright.
no. But there was a whole conversation about cities no longer being a traditional part of the country, or being even an identity for the country. It's definitely a very gray area, because one part, a part of the country is trying to move forward, and a part of the country is trying to stay behind. Not necessarily behind, but they're trying to keep an identity. But the country, in a way, felt like it's split.
I like that
in
you
half.
said that.
Yeah.
I like that you said that. You know what? Darius and I went to Amsterdam, and there is a
Rotterdam.
culture in Amsterdam, not Rotterdam, in Amsterdam, where, all right, straight off the bat, don't overthink it. When you think of Amsterdam, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Stop thinking. Just say what comes to your mind.
Hookers
Exactly. There's a
and booze.
booze,
Booze.
I don't know, some bit of booze.
more like weed.
Oh yeah, sorry, weed. I mean, then again, Amsterdam is a home to Heineken, I assume.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, Heineken.
There's a Heineken brewery is in Amsterdam.
Heineken
Yeah,
is from,
I don't know but I saw Heineken everywhere.
it's from the Netherlands.
there is a huge brewery in Amsterdam.
Don't
not
kill
sure.
us. if-
Don't quote us.
Yeah, it could be.
But I just know I saw Heineken everywhere. It was everywhere.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me do a quick Google.
We went to Amsterdam. We'll check it out later. We went to Amsterdam, and in Amsterdam, the locals do not like the fact that the city is known for prostitution and allowances of weed. Because my brother and I, we went on this walking tour, walking tour, and
Willie.
shout out to Willie, the walking tour. I don't think you'll ever see this, but if you do, big up yourself. She's a local, and she did not even like to speak about the red light district.
Far less even show us.
Yeah, she didn't want to show it to us. She didn't like the fact that this is why my country is known, because of prostitution. And honestly, we thought it was like, but you guys are making revenue from it. But actually, when I visited the red light district, I was like, yeah, I could kind of see why, So my brother is here. This is Dumplings and Somethings. If you don't know anything about the podcast, it's a podcast where two distant relatives come and we have dumplings and we talk about something. Since you are here, you get the official first dip. Grab a shrimp dumpling.
A shrimp dumpling, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna check. We're just gonna pass it around. ASMR. Alright, yeah. So in Amsterdam, bro, the locals don't like the fact that prostitutes and weed is why their country is known and why everyone wants to come there. But at the same time, it generates a lot of revenue for their country. And the culture over there is like, once it makes money, they give it a chance,
It's tolerated.
It's tolerated, that's what they said. Not like crime, but like once they can get some tax returns, they will tolerate it.
Once you get money, everything's solved.
Well, not really, because the locals don't like that. They want to move the red light district.
You're right. Well, then again, at the end of the day, they still want to move it because they know it brings them money.
I feel like you're leaning towards. I want the camera to see your beautiful face, man.
Yeah, I'm
not leaning.
I'm all right. I'm quite in the frame.
I just feel like if they move it, it will not be. It will have a bad repercussions.
I agree, because let's be real. It makes a lot of money. People literally come there just for weed and hose. Weed and hose.
Weed and
That's
hose.
the name of the title.
Weed and hose.
The woes.
But I just did a quick Google. Technically, Heineken is home to Amsterdam, to Netherlands. So they are. Heineken is made in Netherlands.
I just learned something, bro. So all this time I drinking Dutch
Dutch beer.
beer? Wow. Interesting. Big up yourself, Heineken. Feel free to sponsor our podcast. Yeah. So, let's get to the meat of the matter. The events that everyone wants to know about.
Are you experiencing severe mental anguish?
Yesterday was Oktoberfest. For those of you all who don't know, you know the history of Oktoberfest?
How about you explain it?
You know something?
I know just the tip of the iceberg.
Don't quote me, guys. But there was a king here in this region of southern Germany, and he was marrying Lady Teresa, and as a gift for his wedding to his future wife, he gave her the area called Theresienwiese, where the Oktoberfest is held. And that celebration has been happening since their wedding, and that is why we have the October celebration, the Oktoberfest.
Correct. And Visa, to my knowledge, I think it translates to meadow. Visa.
It was a meadow. It also used to be a horse racing track.
It's a meadow of that belongs to Teresa.
So I don't know. Don't quote me on this either, but you guys do your research. I know that Oktoberfest now starts in September because of the temperature, but I don't know back originally if it really was just in October.
Yeah, because I asked him, like, why is Oktoberfest taking part in September?
Because it's warmer. Because October will be too cold.
If this is what German people consider warm,
It's warm actually.
it's not warm.
It's
bro.
actually very. You find it's cold?
I'm in a t-shirt.
Seems. Yeah.
Takes a little adjustment.
So what was it like? First of all, I'll tell you my experience. This is the first time I ever reserved a table. For those of you who don't know, anyone can come to Oktoberfest. It's free of entry. Once you get into a tent, there's a number of tents, multiple tents. You go in, but you will not be served unless you are at a table. So that's the thing. Even though you can enter, you need to have a table to order your beers. A beer is called a mass. It's 1 liter. And this was my first year where I reserved a table for my friends and my family that came.
Last few years, when they were just
Walking.
walking outside doing just gallivanting.
My first year, actually no, my first year, we bribed a waitress and paid her on the side to give us a table. And then my second year, I went with Jerome and he ordered a table. His brother ordered a table. But this is the first time that I took the reins and I was like, I'm going to book a table. But I think it was smooth, man. I mean, I had a good time.
I had a really good time. That's why I wouldn't mind going again, so I could get to see and do more.
You can go again.
We were just in that tent for the entire time. I didn't get to walk around like I wanted to and see this and see that and see this and see that. You understand? So I wouldn't mind going again, but
Oktoberfest is going until the 3rd of October. I'm going to work tomorrow. You could always go there and just walk around during the day and see what it is, and then we can meet after work and grab a drink. Tell you what, we'll talk about it after, because I have to be there. So we'll talk about it after. How was it for you, my friend?
It was wonderful. Slightly overwhelming, but it's an eye-opening experience.
Your second time, yeah?
It's my second time.
You look seasoned the second time
in
you
a
were,
week.
like, comfortable, like you
yeah,
knew what to do.
Dracula
Yeah.
jacket.
I came in
I don't want to talk about the
full
jacket.
costume.
I'm trauma right now.
Yeah. Actually, you were not in costume. Well, you were not in Oktoberfest.
Not in
costume,
Oktoberfest costume.
but you still came looking good, smart.
Sharp.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My younger brother wanted to buy a lederhosen, and when I told him the prices of it, he was like, "Let's do it." And I was like, "It makes no sense, bro. You're not gonna wear this again," you know.
And my response was, I could always wear it to like a costume party.
Technically, yes.
You gonna spend 500, 600 euros to go and wear pants to a Halloween party?
It wasn't that. It wasn't that price.
It was 400.
Where I saw like for 160 and whatnot.
Oh, that was on probably on a Turkish quarters right in front of Hauptbahnhof, main station.
Hufflepuff.
He calls it Hufflepuff.
Right in front of the main central station, there is a Turkish quarter or Turkish block, and then there were plenty of lederhosens and the female dirndls sold right.
No, you tell me. No,
Yeah, but that's poor quality.
They're very poorly made. I mean, yeah.
It's about a quick buck. Sadly, no disrespect, but sadly everything around the central station is like quick money. so the quality of stuff is not really good. I wouldn't buy anything around there besides a haircut. Yeah.
Correct. Because that's where all the barbers are. Technically good barbers.
Yeah.
When I went to the had a lot of barbers. I think like a pass through like a kind of Middle Eastern kind of vibe neighborhood.
Correct. That's the Turkish Turkish
I had
quarter.
a lot of barber shops and salons, and obviously restaurants selling Middle Eastern. I don't know what part, so I can't really see like, but they gave the kind of Arabic vibe. Anyway, Oktoberfest was very good for me. I had a good time.
Name one of the most memorable moments for you.
In no time, everyone was. When we came, we came like what time we got there? Like around 4 o'clock.
The table was for 4 o'clock.
4, yeah.
Alright, so when we came, everyone was at their tables, drinking, talking, laughing, having a good time, eating. And in no time, it went from everybody having a responsible time, and everybody on top of the tables, laughing, singing loud. Beer falling down here, who falling down off the table there, and everybody just got instantly friendly. Everybody, like just flip a switch and everybody just got instantly friendly.
Well, the switch is the alcohol. Everybody flips. Everybody's having a jolly time, celebrating.
So the ladies of Oktoberfest, do you remember how the ladies were dinners?
The right is married, left is single, back is widow, middle is virgin.
So,
and the joke is, if it starts at the right, at the end of Oktoberfest, it could end up to the left.
So those are the ones. So the ladies wear dindles, and the ladies who wear these dindles, they have bows. The dindles are dressed, and like he said, left is single, right is married, middle is virgin or confused. That's what some people tell me, and the back is widowed. So technically, the back is also single, but yeah, if sometimes when they have the bow on the right and they're drinking too much, sometimes that bow just ends up on the left. You know, we're gonna pause for a short break. So we're talking about Oktoberfest. We're gonna talk about your ramen experience just now in a few minutes. So Darius spoke about he liked that everyone was chill, docile, civilized, and on a flip of a switch,
Civilized.
one day, one mass later, people on top of the bed, on top of benches, singing, laughing. What I like about Oktoberfest, I like the camaraderie where strangers do not act antisocial towards each other. I like the culture, but not just the beer. It's the culture of every new song, you cheers, and then you always cheer, and then people just start to cheers with random strangers. So like I mean, yeah, it's fake friends at the moment, but I like that kind of vibe where you could just have a talk with somebody. When I went with you for your first time, I met people from Australia, and we had a full conversation about Australia and kangaroo. Do you know that kangaroo is on the coat of arms for Australia, but they eat kangaroo in their home country? So like they eat their national animal, you know, because it's overpopulated.
Funny enough, they eat their national animal.
Funny enough, we also eat our national animal in my country. So we have two national birds: the scarlet ibis for Trinidad, and Tobago has the coquerico. The coquerico is a bird, but it's a pest, and in Tobago, it's a delicacy as like a wild meat. That's wild.
Game.
Yeah. What was your memorable experience from Oktoberfest?
I would say from the outside, it just looks like another festival. Once you step into one of these huge tents, they just look very impressive. I mean, judging by the amount of people that were in there.
You expect it to be hot.
You expect it to be hot, but it was a chill day. It's fairly cool, and everybody's in the nice costumes. And the atmosphere is just out of the ordinary. It's very festive, I would say so. Yeah.
I like those tents that you're talking about, there's one particular tent that can house 10,000 people, bro. Standing, and a few people sitting on the upper floors, but that's massive.
We're there right now.
Yeah, we went. That was our first day because our first day. Yesterday we was sitting down. You saw the amount of tables sitting down. When we went our first day, we went to a tent where there were standing tables. So obviously you can house more people if they're standing as compared to sitting down. So it was just filled with people. That was the first day.
That tent there right now as we speak.
It's multiple tents.
I know,
different sizes.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was very intrigued to see the amount of people going today. I'm like,
today,
like y'all don't have work.
those are internationals. Those are people who fly in for Oktoberfest, or some companies who invite their clients to carry them and sweeten the deal and show them how much they care about them and bring them to Oktoberfest. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a lot of Americans going because I heard them speaking, but it's like, yo, the train station was filled.
Yeah. 10 o'clock this morning, I went to the doctor's office this morning, and I saw people in full clothing lining up.
So how we got there 4 o'clock.
We went for 4 o'clock. Yeah.
Point is, we were there at 4 o'clock. At 10 o'clock in the morning, is the same vibe?
Well,
Or like at different times of the day, they lock off certain stuff and then they start off certain stuff like how?
There are probably normal vibes, just a regular day going for maybe one beer and some lunch.
but
Not so much as a
high tide or rush hour would be
Correct.
in the latter part of the day.
correct.
Yeah.
High tides
No,
usually
but
in the
that
evening.
experience we experience coming on to the end. Is it like that during the day? With so much people happen at like it's in a concert?
No, not necessary.
Yeah, because that experience is when people already had 2 beers in the system. Like early in the morning, when they're now starting, you're not going to get that level of energy because people don't have 2 beers. First of all, can we just address the fact of early morning drinking? I can't drink at 10 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, but I can't drink at 10 o'clock.
These are superhuman.
Yeah, man. But yeah, the question you're asking is about the energy early in the
If
morning.
you have that kind of energy, okay, like at 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock.
Maybe if they had 2 beers in the system, yeah, I don't see why not. If I came on vacation with my friends and we on holiday and we went Oktoberfest at 10 in the morning and by 12 o'clock we having a good time.
Last I hear, Darnel, you went once, I think last year, and you said you had about 2 or 3 masks, and then apparently you left early, and everybody else went forward.
Okay.
They went on continuing
I'll tell you
the
exactly.
evening.
I'm glad you brought that up. My story last year, I went to Oktoberfest last year in a lederhosen for the first time. I borrowed a lederhosen from one of my jiu-jitsu partners, and he ended up giving it to me as a gift because he said it's old, you can have it. I went with Jerome and some friends. We went upstairs. It was me and a bunch of Germans, to be honest, and obviously my German a year ago wasn't as strong as my German is now. So I literally spent the entire evening speaking German at the Oktoberfest. That was an interesting story by itself. But we had a good time in the first tent. These guys could drink. And I'm a slow drinker. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm a slow drinker. So when I'm drinking slowly and my friends are drinking and they're drinking regular pace or faster, when they reach to the end of their drink, they want to order another round. And I'm still like halfway done with my drink. So drinks were just coming. So I had three masters, 3 liters of beers. And then when our table time was over, they went to another tent. And I didn't get into that second tent. And I was stuck outside for 1 hour waiting, trying to get in. And I remember messaging Jerome, telling him I'm about to leave. Because I felt abandoned. I felt like everybody went in and nobody looked out for me. You know, I felt like the outsider in the group, to be honest. And there was this one security guard. He was being an asshole, bro. He was being a real asshole. Black guy, short. And he was like the door security.
Bouncer. He was bouncer. Yeah.
And I'm trying to explain to him, my friends are inside. Can I just go and meet my friends, blah, blah, blah. No. Move from here. He's telling me to leave. So I'm like, in my mind, I was like, yo, this brother not helping me out at all. And he sees me waiting out there for about 40 minutes. And then he comes up to me and he pushes me. He just pushes me away from the door, like literally.
Being aggressive.
Bro. And I could fight. He pushes me. So then at some point in time when I realized what's happening, I assert myself and I was like, why you, oh, fuck.
Yeah. No.
For those of you who are listening still, the camera has just died. But we continue. He pushes me, and when I started to assert myself and I said, what are you pushing me for, bro? And he said, I'm not pushing you, I'm helping you. I was like, what do you mean? He tells me to look into his arms. I look down into his arms. So he's pushing me from the side. I look down into his arms. He has a handband inside his hand. He's like, take it, don't say thank you, and go upstairs. This will get you in. He said, don't say thank you, don't smile, just go. And I was like, okay, thanks. Grab the handband, step away from him, put it on, went to the other side of the tent, went upstairs, got in. Was so happy that he was doing an act of kindness. I went back downstairs. When I met my friends, I got some money, I carried it outside to give him a tip. He was like, I couldn't help you in front of my co-workers. So I had to make it look like I was getting you out. Because if they see me helping you, they're going to report me. So I was like, you are the nicest asshole I've ever met. You know? That was my experience last year.
He had good intentions. He just rough approach.
Yeah, because I told him, because he was a brother.
But he brave too, because you done three liters and I just square up.
Yeah, but the amount of time I waited outside, I started to sober up. And yes, and last year wasn't like this year. Last year was raining. So last year wasn't that much fun.
And plus, I suppose being a person of the same skin color, he would definitely want to help you out, but he doesn't want to. Not necessarily.
No.
But if he does want to help you out, he could not do it publicly.
He couldn't do it obviously.
He couldn't do it obviously. Always the help has to be subtle.
He be a good actor because he play a good role.
Yeah.
Good role. Like I told myself, if I see him this year, I'm gonna give him some dap, say what's up. I said, do you remember me? If he doesn't, I'll remind him, and I might give him another €10 or whatever. Just like, because all I had that time was €5, and I gave him €5, and I felt embarrassed, but that's all I had. You know, that's a good guy, man. That's a good guy.
I would like to go back, test it, walk around and see what it has to offer.
I
was very disappointed in the chicken. It was way too salty. It was inedible in my opinion.
The chicken was definitely not the best, not the greatest.
Tell them about the process for the chicken. You get a half of chicken at Oktoberfest to eat.
So, before you continue, somebody eat out on my plate?
Why would you ask that?
Because my plate was half eaten, like my pretzel was half.
No.
I barely had any mashed potato.
Okay, so what you guaranteed is half a chicken, and the table gets about 3 giant-sized pretzels. And from these 3, maybe 4 giant-sized pretzels,
everybody share them.
They break the pretzels into pieces.
And what were the mashed potatoes?
The mashed potatoes was from somebody who ordered vegetarian, and he didn't like mashed potatoes, so everybody just took a little bit of mashed potatoes. So it looked like if your food was eaten a little bit, but that actually was your full plate of food. But the chicken, I don't know how they prepare that chicken, but
Rotisserie.
It is salty. It's salty.
I assume it's rotisserie.
Chicken was definitely salty.
It was. It looked and tasted and the texture like a rotisserie, but like they marinated in too much salt or something. They sprinkled too much salt. I couldn't finish it.
You have to take off the skin.
Well, yeah, but it turned me off.
It's no longer a myth. German food is definitely salty.
And they're doing that just for you to buy more drinks.
Oh, that might be the
salt
trick.
And beer don't go to hand in hand.
It doesn't, but it gets you thirsty.
Think about it like popcorn at the movies. When you have a salty popcorn, you're gonna buy more soda or something to drink.
Water.
You're gonna patronize. Patronize?
Patronize.
Yeah.
Patronizing.
So we wrap?
I say since the camera broke down, we will keep it short this time.
Guys, I just want to say thank you from Dumplings and Somethings. Darius, thank you for visiting us and being a part of our pod. We apologize for the technical difficulties for those of you who do watch the shortened camera version that we have created. But welcome to Germany, and until next time, please like, comment, and subscribe. to all our videos. And for those of you all who would love to support us even more, and we can add more value to your life, we are creating a Patreon or a tip link. Maybe you don't want to
Just check out the contents.
just check out the content. Maybe you don't want to be a part of the Patreon membership, but if you think that what we're doing is creating some type of value, just send us a little number 5 change lives, you know.
Guten Morgen.
Guten Nacht. And we out.
Auf Wiedersehen.